It's a bloodbath on Wall Street since morning tech stocks have been tumbling. They're set to lose $1 trillion in a day. What led to this? A Chinese chatbot. It is called DeepSeek, and it has caused mayhem in the AI world. Up until now, the rules of the AI world were quite simple. You needed two things. To build a successful model, you needed billions of dollars and you needed cutting-edge technology, the best in the world. But China has completely shattered those rules. They've built a powerful chatbot. It is cheap. It does not rely on advanced AI chips, and yet it is sweeping the globe. So what's this fuss about? Why is DeepSeek suddenly everywhere? Is it really as flawless as it seems? And is this AI Sputnik moment? Let's break it down for you. We told you about DeepSeek last week. It was founded in 2023 by a man named Liang Wenfeng. It spun out of a hedge fund and remained nondescript until December last year. That's when they launched their first model. The AI world was only waking up to it, and then they launched a second model within a month. Most of DeepSeek's models are open source or open weight, meaning developers can access the code and they can build upon it. Which brings us to the question, how good is DeepSeek? Well, as good as any of its rivals, on par with the likes of OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Google's Gemini. More importantly, it is free. That's a solid USB. It seems to have appealed to the masses, making DeepSeek the top-rated application in the Apple App Store in 3 countries: the United States, the UK, and China. DeepSeek is the top app. That should say something about how good it is, but that's not what the fuss is about really. It's about cost efficiency. DeepSeek was trained for around $6 million. It may sound like a lot, but in the world of AI, it's peanuts. Tech giants use far more money to build such applications. Take Meta, for example. Meta uses upwards of $60 million to train its AI model Llama. That's what makes DeepSeek stand out. It is cheap. Also, it does not use advanced chips, and that's another reason for this hype. You see, for the longest time the US had the edge in the AI race. Washington tried to keep that lead, so it sanctioned China. It slapped tariffs on Chinese companies. It limited their access to technology. And all of this had only one goal: to keep China lagging behind. If they did not have the best technology, they wouldn't be able to make the best chatbots. That was the assumption, but China has smashed it. Look at this data from 2003 to 2007. China led in 3 out of 64 technologies, just 3, but now China leads in 57 out of 64 technologies. What about the United States? From 2003 to 2007, the US led in 60 out of 64 technologies, but today it leads in only 7, so Washington is left eating humble pie since morning. Wall Street tech stocks are down. The likes of Nvidia, Microsoft, and Meta. This is the DeepSeek effect. It has clearly rattled the markets when they opened. AI darling Nvidia was down by 12.5%. It is staring at a loss of $465 billion. Broadcom was down by 14%. AMD was down by 4.7%. Microsoft by 4.4%. Google down by 3.2%, and Nasdaq was down by 3.6%. SP 500 fell 2.3%, so clearly the stocks went tumbling. Like I said before, tech shares are on track for a $1 trillion drop, all because of a Chinese chat bot. But while DeepSeek is a hit at this point, like all things Chinese, it also has a problem. The China problem. Ask it anything about Beijing and Xi Jinping, and the chatbot tries to self-censor. In fact, we tried a bunch of questions like, who is Xi Jinping? Is Xi Jinping a good leader? Who is China's president? These are the questions we asked. Does China curb human rights? And every time the response was the same. I'm quoting, "Sorry, this is beyond my current scope." Well, you would have to concede that's one committed chatbot. If it perseveres, it could join the Communist Party of China. The jokes aside, this does raise some problems. AI's inherent limitations, especially when it is controlled by one country's agenda. The US is building its own chat bots. The goal is to maintain tech hegemony. These bots are also set to carry America's political biases. Now China is building its own chat bots, but they use Beijing's filters. Where does that leave the world it leaves us with technology that divides and is controlled by a handful of nations. The future then is sovereign AI, to have tools and technology to build AI at home, just like countries have their own currency, their own military. They will have to develop their own AI. You cannot outsource this to another country, and you cannot let it be concentrated in the hands of a few. Thanks for watching this video.